In 2026, Scorpio athletes will experience a year of deep emotional transformation where passion meets purpose, guided by powerful planetary shifts that encourage honesty, vulnerability, and lasting commitment. Key periods, especially from September to December, offer favorable timing for engagements and meaningful new connections. While challenges like jealousy, control, and balancing career demands will arise, they serve as growth opportunities when met with clear communication and nurturing rituals. This year also highlights the importance of harmonizing athletic dedication with relationship needs, with Scorpio's strongest compatibility seen with Cancer, Pisces, Virgo, and Capricorn, partners who truly support their intense and evolving emotional journey. The year 2026 promises to be a transformative period for Scorpio athletes in love and marriage, blending intense emotional growth with practical relationship demands. Across the year, planetary movements encourage Scorpio to balance their fierce ambition and passion with vulnerability, honesty, and commitment. Love and relationships. Whether single or partnered, Scorpio athletes face a journey of self-discovery and emotional maturation. Singles are urged to date with intention, focusing on authentic connections rather than fleeting attraction. Couples encounter opportunities to deepen trust but must navigate challenges related to career demands and communication. Marriage. 2026 is a year for serious commitment and building lasting emotional foundations. Optimal marriage timing occurs in the latter part of the year when cosmic energies support clarity and devotion. Scorpio's natural intensity finds harmony in partners who value loyalty, emotional depth, and shared growth. Challenges and growth. Key challenges include managing jealousy, controlling tendencies, and balancing public life with private intimacy. Scorpio athletes are encouraged to cultivate healthy communication, set boundaries, and practice emotional rituals that nourish their partnerships. Compatibility and rituals. The ebook highlights Scorpio's strongest matches, Cancer, Pisces, Virgo, and Capricorn, and offers practical advice for navigating more challenging pairings. Special love rituals. From mindful daily practices to astrologically timed wedding planning, empower Scorpios to build resilient and passionate relationships. Astrological guidance. Monthly forecasts and detailed transit analyses provide Scorpio athletes with a roadmap to harness planetary energies, making informed decisions about love, intimacy, and marriage. This guidance helps transform cosmic challenges into opportunities for profound connection and lifelong happiness. The Scorpio personality in relationships. For Scorpio athletes, relationships in 2026 are not just about romance, they are about transformation, dedication, and soul-level connection. As one of the most emotionally intense and passionate signs of the zodiac, Scorpios approach love with the same level of intensity and commitment they bring to the field, court, or arena. Governed by both Mars and Pluto, Scorpios are warriors of the heart, protective, fiercely loyal, and often misunderstood in matters of love. Scorpios' presence in a relationship is never casual. They don't dabble in shallow connections. Their motto might as well be, all or nothing. When a Scorpio athlete falls in love, they dive in completely, driven by a need for emotional honesty and authenticity. This makes them magnetic, deeply romantic, and at times, overwhelming for those unprepared to match their emotional depth. Loyalty and protection. Scorpio athletes are not the type to entertain distractions or flings. They are loyal partners, often placing their loved ones above personal comforts or social pressures. Their loyalty mirrors their commitment to training and competition, focused, unwavering, and long-lasting. In 2026, this loyalty will be tested as Mars' retrograde movement brings challenges in emotional communication, but those who stay patient with their Scorpio partner will be rewarded with unwavering support and dedication. Protectiveness is another hallmark trait. Scorpio athletes are guardians of their partner's hearts. They are quick to sense dishonesty or hidden motives and will instinctively shield their relationships from outside drama or manipulation. This can sometimes border on possessiveness, especially if insecurities are triggered, but it stems from a sincere desire to preserve what they value. Emotional intensity, strength or strain. What sets Scorpios apart in love is their emotional intensity. They love deeply, grieve deeply, and forgive with great difficulty. In 2026, planetary influences heighten Scorpios' emotional bandwidth, making romantic experiences more vivid and impactful. For single Scorpios, this could mean falling hard and fast. For committed Scorpios, it's a year where the emotional stakes are higher. Either they deepen the bond or feel the need to restructure the relationship entirely. This intensity can be both a strength and a strain. On one hand, it creates unforgettable romantic moments filled with passion, loyalty, and emotional vulnerability. On the other, it can cause power struggles or emotional isolation if not expressed healthily. Scorpios must learn to balance their deep emotional needs with open-hearted communication, especially when faced with the rigors of athletic life that already demand so much of their energy. Privacy and trust. Scorpio athletes are naturally private. In relationships, they prefer to keep things sacred and shielded from public scrutiny. This is particularly relevant for athletes in the spotlight in 2026, as fame or public attention may test their comfort zones. They're not interested in performative love or social media validation. They value the quiet, consistent moments of connection that happen off camera. Trust is the foundation upon which every Scorpio relationship is built. However, earning a Scorpio's trust is a slow process. Once it's earned, they will fight fiercely to preserve it. But once it's broken, rebuilding is almost impossible. In 2026, Venus and Pluto square off at pivotal times in the year, creating moments where Scorpios will be forced to confront betrayal, secrecy, or unspoken expectations in their relationships. Desire for control. Scorpios like to be in control, not to dominate, but to feel secure. In love, this translates to wanting to understand every nuance of their partner's emotions, to anticipate needs, and to steer the relationship in a direction that feels safe and meaningful. However, this desire for control can backfire if they begin to micromanage or manipulate unconsciously. For Scorpio athletes, whose careers often revolve around structure, discipline, and control over physical performance, relationships offer a rare and necessary space for surrender. Learning to trust the flow of emotions and allow vulnerability to lead, rather than resist it, will be the major emotional lesson for them in 2026. Scorpio athletes. A love language all their own. Athletes born under Scorpio have a unique love language. They express love through actions, through showing up, through consistency, through protective presence. They may not always say the right words, but they'll demonstrate their feelings by remembering the little things, defending you when no one else will, or showing up at 4 a.m. just because you needed them. In 2026, this love language will become more visible and valued. For Scorpio athletes in new relationships, their partners will be impressed by their reliability and depth. For those in long-term partnerships, these consistent gestures will become the glue that holds everything together through the inevitable highs and lows of life on and off the field. Astrological transits affecting Scorpio in 2026. In 2026, Scorpio athletes are entering a pivotal year astrologically, with major planetary movements shaping their emotional lives, love experiences, and potential for marriage. The cosmos will challenge, reward, and transform the ways Scorpio approaches intimacy. Each transit holds the power to stir deep emotional tides or create opportunities for meaningful relationships, especially for those in the high-pressure world of sports. As an athlete, your lifestyle demands resilience, discipline, and performance under pressure. These very qualities will be mirrored in your love life this year. The key players, Mars, Pluto, Venus, Saturn, and Jupiter, will orchestrate a journey that's less about fantasy and more about emotional clarity, relationship maturity, and long-term partnership potential. Mars, the driving force behind passion and conflict. Mars, Scorpio's co-ruler, governs ambition, desire, and physical energy. Its influence is especially potent for Scorpio athletes in 2026, as Mars retrogrades in Leo from April to June. This period may feel like a slowdown, not just in physical energy, but in romantic momentum. You may find yourself questioning your desires, facing relationship frustrations, or confronting emotional power struggles that force you to pause and reassess. While Mars usually ignites physical passion and bold romantic moves, its retrograde encourages inward reflection. Scorpio athletes should be mindful of burnout, not just on the field, but in love. If you're single, don't rush new relationships during this phase. For those in committed partnerships, use this time to repair, reflect, and reignite passion with mindfulness rather than intensity. Key dates: Mars retrograde, April 2nd to June 17th. Mars conjunct Pluto, July 28th. Intense turning point in relationships. Venus, the heartbeat of love and attraction. Venus rules love, pleasure, and affection. Its journey through Scorpio from October 9th to November 2nd will be one of the most emotionally significant windows of the year. This is your time to shine in love. You'll radiate charm, sex appeal, and emotional magnetism that draws partners toward you effortlessly. Romance heats up, and existing relationships get a boost of sensual energy. Venus retrogrades in Leo from July to September, however, which may bring back unresolved emotional attachments, especially past lovers or previous relationship patterns. You'll be asked to examine what truly brings you joy and whether your current romantic pursuits align with your deeper emotional truths. Key dates: Venus in Scorpio, October 9th to November 2nd. Venus retrograde in Leo, July 6th to September 3rd. Pluto, the architect of emotional transformation. Pluto, Scorpio's modern ruler, governs transformation, healing, and deep psychological truths. As Pluto continues its slow shift between Capricorn and Aquarius throughout 2026, Scorpio athletes will feel its impact in the arenas of emotional maturity and community dynamics. Relationships that lack emotional honesty may fall apart under this pressure, while those built on trust and shared growth will deepen. If you're considering marriage, this is a year to address unresolved trauma, family patterns, or emotional wounds before making lifelong commitments. Pluto in Aquarius also encourages Scorpios to expand their emotional intelligence, not just in intimate relationships but in how they connect with others across teams, friendships, and broader social networks. Key dates. Pluto in Aquarius. Permanent transition. Begins November 2026. Pluto retrograde. May 2nd to October 11th. Saturn. The taskmaster of commitment. Saturn continues its transit through Pisces in 2026, influencing Scorpio's fifth house of love, creativity, and personal expression. For Scorpio athletes, this is a powerful time for serious romantic decisions. Casual dating may feel less appealing, as Saturn asks you to consider who truly complements your path. This transit may also bring karmic relationships into your life, partnerships that challenge you but also shape you into your highest self. It's a strong year for commitment, but not without trials. Emotional responsibility and patience will be required, especially in dealing with long-distance relationships or time constraints caused by training or travel. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and blessings. Jupiter's movement into Cancer by summer 2026 expands Scorpio's ninth house of wisdom, travel, and higher understanding. For athletes, this may mean international competitions, spiritual growth through relationships, or even meeting a soulmate while abroad. Jupiter brings optimism and grace into your romantic life. From July to December, it's a favorable time for engagements, planning weddings, or expanding your family. For singles, this is a lucky window for attracting partners who align with your vision, values, and emotional depth. Key dates. Jupiter enters Cancer. July 20th. Jupiter trine Neptune. October 11th. Deep spiritual romance. Eclipses. Emotional turning points. Eclipses act as cosmic resets, bringing fated events that shake things up or realign us with our soul's path. In 2026, Scorpio will experience key eclipses across the Taurus, Scorpio, and Aries Libra axes. March 29th lunar eclipse in Libra, hidden feelings surface in partnerships. September 21st solar eclipse in Virgo, clarity around romantic priorities. October 17th lunar eclipse in Aries, emotional recalibration in work-life love balance. These eclipses could bring sudden emotional revelations, breakups, engagements, or chance meetings that change your romantic trajectory. Monthly love forecast. 2026 is a transformative year for Scorpio athletes in love and relationships. Month by month, the cosmos offers waves of passion, challenges, breakthroughs, and spiritual clarity. Whether you're single, in a committed partnership, or standing at the crossroads of a romantic decision, this forecast guides you through the emotional climate of each month, helping you align your heart with your higher path. January, the groundwork for emotional rebirth. As the new year begins, Scorpio athletes feel a shift in energy. Mars in Capricorn ignites your ambition, making you focus on personal goals and physical performance. While romance isn't the loudest theme, it lingers in the background. Single Scorpios may feel drawn to someone within their athletic or training circle, especially around the Capricorn new moon on January 13th. For couples, it's a good month to talk about future plans. Venus in Sagittarius may encourage light-hearted romance, but Pluto's influence demands honesty. Your emotional energy is building. This is a time to lay the foundation, slow, steady, and sincere. Focus. Foundation building. Power date. January 13th new moon in Capricorn. Advice. Don't rush passion, build emotional safety first. February. Deepening bonds and romantic courage. February is a high-energy love month. With Venus in Aquarius and Mars still in Capricorn, You're pulled between emotional independence and the need for intimate connection. If you're in a long-distance or demanding career-focused relationship, these tensions might surface. For singles, a magnetic encounter could spark during a team trip, competition, or media event. Scorpio athletes should stay grounded, as romantic attraction could blur with professional life. Valentine's week is ideal for expressing affection more openly than usual. Focus. Connection versus independence. Power date. February 14th, Venus sextile Chiron. Advice. Show vulnerability, even if it feels uncomfortable. March. Emotional surprises and honest reflection. March introduces emotional tests. The full moon in Virgo on March 3rd encourages clarity, but Mercury in Pisces may blur your communication. Expect misunderstandings, especially around scheduling or emotional availability. Don't let assumptions cloud your perception. A past relationship or emotion may resurface. Don't ignore it, face it with emotional maturity. If you're in a new romance, this is a defining month for figuring out if the connection is genuine or a fantasy. Focus. Truth beneath the surface. Power date. March 20th equinox. New season, new mindset. Advice. Clear the fog. Express your needs clearly. April. Conflict, passion, and reevaluation. With Mars turning retrograde in Leo on April 2nd, tension surfaces, both in your career and personal life. You may feel emotionally drained, and your relationship could reflect that. Intensity is high. Small issues can flare into bigger conflicts if not addressed early. Single Scorpios may feel disoriented or hesitant to trust new connections. You're being asked to step back and reevaluate your needs. This is not the best month to initiate new romantic commitments, but ideal for inner emotional work. Focus. Passion and pause. Power date. April 8th, new moon solar eclipse in Aries. Advice. Slow down. Let your heart catch up with your actions. May. Healing and rebuilding. Emotions settle as Venus enters Taurus mid-month. Relationships feel more grounded. If there was conflict in April, this is a chance to reconcile and rebuild trust. For Scorpio athletes with demanding schedules, it's a month to find rhythm, where your heart and your lifestyle coexist more peacefully. For singles, a friendship may shift toward romantic territory. Don't force it. Let things develop organically. Watch for signs of sincerity and shared values. Focus. Stability and sincerity. Power date. May 23rd, full moon in Sagittarius. Advice. Choose actions that support long-term intimacy. June. Clarity and intuitive decision-making. June brings breakthroughs. The fog from previous months lifts, and you'll feel empowered to make decisions. Mercury in Gemini boosts clarity in communication, helping you express what you've been holding back. This is a month to declare your love, end ambiguity, or make big decisions like moving in together or planning a future. Jupiter's growing influence supports commitments, if your heart is fully in it. Focus. Courage and clarity. Power date. June 12th, Venus trine Neptune. Advice. Trust your inner wisdom, it knows the truth. July. Lessons from the past. As Venus begins her retrograde in Leo on July 6th, the past reemerges. Exes may return. Old relationship wounds beg to be addressed. Scorpio athletes may find themselves nostalgic or second-guessing current connections. Avoid impulsive decisions. This is a karmic love chapter. You'll see patterns, Repeated emotional lessons. What are you avoiding? What are you ready to heal? While new love may feel tempting, take it slow. This is a month for emotional accountability. Focus. Karmic cleanup. Power date. July 21st, Sun conjunct Venus. Advice. Closure isn't a conversation, it's a decision. August. Self-love and private healing. August is a quieter month. With Mars still retrograde, and Venus deep in review mode, your love life slows. But this isn't stagnation, it's soul work. Take a break from chasing romance. Scorpio athletes benefit from solitude and private emotional space. Reassess your relationship standards. Are you sacrificing too much? Are you asking too little? This month, reclaim your voice and your boundaries. Focus. Inner balance. Power date. August 9th, new moon in Leo. Advice. Your relationship with yourself sets the tone for all others. September. Renewal and romantic breakthroughs. Venus goes direct on September 3rd, and almost immediately, clarity returns. A romantic chapter that was paused or confused now gains momentum. This is a great time to travel with a partner, take a relationship public, or re-enter the dating world with fresh eyes. For couples, a sense of romantic excitement returns. Engagements, reconciliations, or a long-awaited yes could happen. You're glowing again, and people notice. Focus. Movement and breakthrough. Power date. September 21st, solar eclipse in Virgo. Advice. Step into your next love story without dragging the past behind you. October. Intensity and emotional fusion. As Venus enters Scorpio on October 9th, your love life gets intense. This is your season, and you're magnetic. Your energy draws deep, transformative connections. For athletes in relationships, passion skyrockets. For singles, this could be the one energy. But be mindful, this power can seduce or destroy. Handle new romance with respect and emotional honesty. For some Scorpios, this month marks a major milestone. Marriage proposals, reunions, or deep spiritual bonding. Focus. Deepening love. Power date. October 17th, lunar eclipse in Aries. Advice. Let passion guide you, but don't lose yourself in it. November. Loyalty and emotional grounding. November is grounding. With Venus leaving Scorpio and Mercury moving into Sagittarius, relationship energy becomes more honest, lighter, and forward-looking. It's a great month to make future plans, like wedding dates, long-term goals, or travel with your partner. If you're single, your standards are clear, and you won't settle. For athletes in public relationships, expect positive recognition and support. Focus. Vision and trust. Power date. November 4th, new moon in Scorpio. Advice. Be loyal to your values, not just your emotions. December. Celebration and emotional closure. As 2026 ends, you're ready to close old emotional loops. Jupiter and Neptune align to create spiritually charged romantic experiences. If you've been waiting to take a big romantic leap, like moving in, proposing, or starting a family, this is your green light. Single Scorpios may feel a sudden pull towards someone new in an unexpected place. Trust divine timing. Let December be about joyful connection, not pressure or perfection. Focus. Emotional clarity and celebration. Power date. December 19th, Jupiter trine Neptune. Advice. Trust the love you've built, This is just the beginning. Scorpio in love, singles and couples. In 2026, love for Scorpio athletes is about authenticity, emotional depth, and balance between ambition and intimacy. Chapter 4 dives into how Scorpio navigates love, whether single or in a committed relationship, focusing on personal growth, communication, and the emotional demands of athletic life. For singles, Scorpio singles feel a magnetic pull toward emotionally intense connections. This year offers opportunities to meet partners through athletic events, travel, or social gatherings. However, with Venus and Mars retrogrades, emotional tests and karmic cycles could surface. Scorpios are encouraged to date with intention, only pursuing connections that align with their inner truth and long-term vision. Themes for singles. Powerful new beginnings around October. Closure from past relationships during July-August. Romantic magnetism peaks during Venus in Scorpio, October. For couples. For those in relationships, 2026 demands emotional maturity. Scorpios must learn to communicate openly without resorting to emotional control or withdrawal. Mars and Saturn's influence highlight the need for emotional endurance, especially for athlete couples juggling schedules, fame, or travel. This is a make-or-break year for many Scorpio couples. Some will move toward engagement or marriage, while others may outgrow partnerships that no longer serve their emotional needs. Key themes for couples. Strengthening emotional trust. Balancing time and intimacy with career demands. Commitment milestones July-December. Core lessons. Vulnerability is strength, not weakness. Not every spark is meant to last, but real love grows slowly. Athletes must create emotional rituals, not just physical ones. Scorpio and marriage. Marriage in 2026 for Scorpio athletes is a powerful theme rooted in emotional growth, timing, and long-term commitment. This chapter explores how Scorpio approaches marriage, from emotional readiness to compatibility with other signs, and how athletic lifestyles influence their path to lifelong partnership. Emotional readiness for marriage. Scorpios don't enter marriage lightly. They seek emotional depth, loyalty, and spiritual alignment with their partner. In 2026, planetary transits like Saturn in Pisces and Pluto's shift into Aquarius challenge Scorpios to build relationships on solid foundations rather than fleeting passion. For athletes, balancing a demanding career with marital commitment will require more emotional intelligence and scheduling flexibility. Those who embrace vulnerability and communicate clearly will be most successful. Best timeframes for marriage in 2026. September to December. Ideal for proposals, weddings, and emotional clarity. April to June. Less ideal due to retrogrades and emotional confusion. Compatibility insights. This chapter also highlights Scorpio's strongest and most challenging matches. Best matches. Cancer, Pisces, Virgo, and Capricorn. Deep emotional alignment and shared values. Challenging matches. Leo, Aquarius, Gemini. Issues with control, independence, or communication. Marriage tips for Scorpio athletes. Prioritize emotional connection over image or timing. Maintain rituals that nurture the relationship amid training and travel. Don't fear emotional discomfort, it leads to stronger bonds. 2026 brings emotional hurdles for Scorpio athletes, including jealousy, control issues, and balancing career pressure with relationship needs. Mars and Venus retrogrades trigger insecurities and communication breakdowns. Overcoming these requires patience, trust building, and learning healthy vulnerability. Recognizing when to seek help, whether counseling or honest conversations, is key. Communication is vital for Scorpio athletes juggling intense schedules. This chapter offers tools for emotional honesty, active listening, and conflict resolution. Scorpio's natural intensity can overwhelm partners, so learning calm expression and avoiding silent brooding will enhance intimacy. It also covers how to discuss future plans and boundaries without triggering defensiveness. Athletes thrive on routines, and love is no different. This chapter explores rituals, daily check-ins, mindful touch, shared goals that build emotional connection. Scorpio's need for depth is met by rituals that foster trust and shared vulnerability. Ideas include journaling together, private celebrations, and physical activities as couple bonding. Scorpio's compatibility with other zodiac signs in 2026. Compatibility shifts subtly with the year's astrology. This chapter ranks Scorpio's love potential with all signs, emphasizing growth areas. Highest compatibility: Cancer, Pisces, Virgo, Capricorn. Emotional depth, mutual support. Moderate compatibility: Taurus, Scorpio, Libra. Balance of differences and similarities. Challenges: Leo, Aquarius, Gemini. Need for independence, different communication styles. Tips for navigating difficult matches include focusing on shared goals and open dialogue. Scorpio athletes favor weddings rich in meaning and intimacy over grandeur. This chapter covers ideal wedding dates, especially around September to December, and how to incorporate astrology and personal values into ceremonies. Suggestions include private rituals, symbolic vows, and timing weddings around favorable planetary aspects for lifelong harmony.